is a stunning piece of wood. I would have never thought in a million years that would have ended up coming out. Don't even see it very well because it's so shiny, the light's reflecting off of it. But I took that bottom. So this is the project. I'm calling it my prehistoric bowl, as you can see from the title. The reason being is because it's old, chunky and rough around the edges, just like me. So sticky and horrible. So yes, so yeah, nothing else to say really. It's failed. No good. So I'll see you guys next week. Fresh new project, one that works. And take care. Speak to you soon, and bye for now. Good afternoon. Sorry about that. We're here now. We're here. Welcome over for another Sunday Lunchtime Live. Thank you very much all for coming and joining myself. And today, unfortunately, there's no Nick. So, I have managed to persuade Brian from Woodturning to come and join us. So thank you, Brian, for standing in for Nick.
Oh, you're welcome, Steve.
He's got his knife and he's got his chopping board and he's got his carrots ready, he reckons.
I have indeed.
So Brian's going to keep an eye on the chat for us. Like I say, Nick's busy. We've got Nick's mum and dad coming over for her birthday, so Nick's busy preparing for that. So, like I say, Brian has agreed to stand in. So again, thank you, Brian. So today, what I've got, it's an 8-inch piece of oak worktop, 40mm thick, and I'm gonna have a play with some gold. Well, I've got gold, silver, and I think it's rose gold or copper leaf. So I'm gonna have a play with that. But I've actually I was having a quick look before I came on live. I've actually found a bit of a technique that I'm going to give a try, should I say. So it's a bit of colouring as well now. So I'll stick Brian in the background. And Brian can shout out who's in, and I will start shaping this into a bit of a plattery sort of thing I want a bit of a curved bottom, but I want quite a large surface to do my colouring on. So that's the plan.
Sounds like a good plan, Steve.
Well, we'll find out in an hour.
Yeah. We will.
Echo, saying you got an echo. Echo on, Brian?
Echo on me.
Oh.
I don't know why.
No, there's no. Can you cook, Brian? They're asking if you can cook, Brian. Anyway.
Yeah, of course I can cook. Maybe not as good as Nicky, but I can cook. So I'll just have a look at the participants list here first, and we'll see who's in that. Right, minimise that a bit and put Steve over there so I can see what Steve's doing. Back over there. I'm just trying to manipulate my computer here, guys, so you're alright. I'll be with you in a second. Participants, there we go. So in the participants list for today, we have some Australians in today, so good day, all you Australians. First on the list is Barry Chitty. Barry's Wood Creations is also with us. Brent Beecroft. Chris Dodds. Chris, the Spinning Wood Dodger. Followed closely by Darren. Hi, Darren J. Carlson. Dave from Dave G's Designs. I can nearly say that. Dead Rise Woodcraft. Doug Miller Woodspun Round. Douglas Murrow. Eric Winkler. Gerard the French Turner, all the way from Cork. Jalpy from Jalpy Makes. Our good friend Joe Senior's in the chat. I hope she's going to sing today.
Or fall asleep one or two.
Or fall asleep one of the two, right? John S. Casting. Lawrence Bagia. Paul Houghton, I think that's how you say that. Huyton. Houghton.
Right.
Radar the Woodturner. Mr. Rex B is in. Rob CP is in. And our good friend, another Australian, Robbo Robson. Robert Dolman. Robert W. Wood. Sid's Repurposing's in. Some real dodgy characters. Steve at SK Krafts. Steve Hale. Our good friend Terry's back from holiday, obviously. DJ Turning. Fritz Kerrigan. And Wood Wizardry by Colin. You have 47 people watching.
Welcome,
after
guys.
8 minutes. Welcome, everybody.
Thanks for coming over.
And if there's anybody I've missed there in the participants list, you should have put a comment in, and then I would have been able to see you. So let's go back to the chat, live chat, and see where we are. Anybody I missed, I humbly apologise. We'll catch you as we go along.
Yeah. So this is a piece of laminated oak worktop. Which sometimes you have to be careful of because you get some, where it's not glued together properly, you get some voids in it.
You might get the odd chunk flying off it as well.
Yeah, but we'll see. See, like there's a little bit of a void in there. But hopefully, excuse me, we can get rid of that.
There's another Australian in to see us. Amy is in.
Hi, Amy.
And Brian Watkins is in. Says hi from sunny Spain.
Hi. Doesn't taste very nice.
Yeah, Rob CP has just said, I've just been watching Robbo's live. The speed is crazy fast.
Yeah.
He said it would take him about 3 hours.
I just watched some of it before I came live.
Yeah, well, that's the production tunnel for you, I suppose, isn't it? If you're doing it all day, every day. Oh no, Benjamin's in.
Trouble.
He says, howdy folks, sorry I'm late. Buying a 2-slice toaster instead of a 4-slice toaster is one of the worst mistakes I've ever made. I would have to agree with you there, Ben. Why? What's the possibility? 2 slices of toast? Never going to feed anybody that. Well, chat's fairly whizzing along, people saying hello to each other. And Robbo says, yeah, production turner and maybe 40 years experience as well.
Yeah, when he turned the leg in well, it was about 6.5 minutes.
Gerard, the press turner's being a little bit on the cheeky side again. He says, lads, did you see the buzz on Friday night on the internet? The Chippendales dance group is going to try recruiting Steve with his truncheon.
They might not be going very long if they do.
There's Colin from Woodward to say, yeah, we're missing your sultry tones, Nicky. Oh dear.
Oh,
No, poor Nicky's having to work today.
yeah.
So whose birthday did you say it was, Steve?
My mother-in-law's.
Nicky's mum.
Yeah.
Oh, happy birthday, Nicky's mum. There's a question there from Rex B. He says, Steve, what angle is your gouges? And do you have different grinds?
No, well, this is 40-45, and then that's the traditional English grind on that end. Right, that end. Traditional grind, and then 40-45 on that end. And I can have all my gouges, well, all my Simon Hope gouges are the same. And then the Robert Sorby ones I've got, they are a 40-45 grind. So, and I keep them all the same because it's easy, isn't it?
Yep, that's kind of what I do, apart from the detail gouge, which is slightly different.
But again, it's down to the individual's preference, what they like to use.
Yep, I would say. I like the swept back wing a little bit, so I kind of sweep it back on the pro edge, sweep the wings back a little bit.
And I think for a beginner, a wing swing swept back wing is easier to learn than a traditional grind. Traditional grind can catch you a bit easy if you're not careful.
Yeah, because the wings are kind of close to the point.
Yeah,
I think
so
just the sharp edge there kind of catches. I've had
so
that problem.
if you and that's what when I first started. Nick bought me a Record Power set of chisels, a beginner set, and I had a couple of nasty catches, and that's what fripped me. And that's why I stayed a long time away from bowl gouge. Spent more time with the carbides.
Right. So Jennifer Crafts Creations is in to see us.
Hi, Jennifer.
Afternoon, Jennifer.
So just clean this out.
We've 58 watching, Steve. That's pretty good for a Sunday afternoon, I thought.
Thank you all for coming over.
The sun's shining in most places, I think. Well, it's not shining where you are, I don't think, is it?
No. Well,
It's got rain today.
There was rain this morning, and it's now starting to get out a little tiny bit. Whether it will or not, I don't know.
Yeah, I had a picture from an Australian friend of mine this morning. Her round pen that she uses for teaching horses in is completely flooded.
Oh, well.
She's having a lot of rain.
It's their winter time over there.
Winter, of course. Yeah, it is, right?
Yes, their winter over there.
Well, just coming into winter as well. I suppose they're well into it now.
Right, so that's the shape I'm going to go for. So we get that sanded up. I'm going to sand this up to 240, and then we're going to finish it off with the Yorkshire grit.
Not the Yorkshire grit. Excuse me. Christine and Michael Heseltine are in.
Hi, Christine and
Afternoon,
Michael.
Christine.
Hope you're both well.
Rex B says, can you show the truncheon from yesterday?
Yeah, I'll have to get Nick to get it for me because I took it in the house. Let me just message. No, actually, just give us a second. I'll go get it.
Just you nip in there, Steve, and I'll entertain the folks. It's all right. You could have done it while the Yorkshire grip was on. You could have sung a song. So how's the weather with everybody currently? Vince, I'll get your question to Steve as soon as he comes back. Chris Dodds, it's winter time there. Tomorrow it'll be 10 degrees to 23 degrees Celsius. Well, Chris, this is the middle of my summer, and I have outside temperature today is 16 degrees Celsius and 18 degrees in my shed.
Right. Nick's actually watching. Nick's actually watching one of my videos. I'm impressed. So
she's not watching it live, but she's watching the video.
No, she's watching the live because she had it in her hand as I walked to the door.
All right, very good.
So this is the truncheon I turned on Friday.
She's just checking up on me. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is. So 16.25 inches long, which is a little bit longer than what it should be. It should have been 15 and a half. Inch and 3/4 at the thickest end. Then obviously down to about 1.25 inches. And then I'll just need to get a bit of leather to go around the end rib, which obviously they used to, so they didn't lose it. So there it is. Actually, it turned out better than I thought it did. It was going to.
So Vince Kerrigan is asking you a question.
Yep.
How deep is your chucking point?
This is around about 4 mil deep.
Yeah, 4 mil should be plenty on that little bowl.
Yep. Anywhere between 2 and 4 mil, depending on what I'm really turning, really. Obviously, a big bowl, I'd put a little bit deeper, maybe go up to 5 mil. But something like this is only going to get a little bit it's only going to have the middle turned out of it, so it's not going to be too bad. That's plenty deep enough.
Yeah, Christine and Michael say they love the shape. I quite like the shape too. I like an elevated foot like that sometimes.
Yeah, just keeps it off the table, doesn't it?
Yeah, just lifts it up and gives it a bit more presence, I think. The random comment in there from Chris Spinning with Dodgers is batteries? Question mark. No, I don't think it has batteries.
No, lathe runs on electricity.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And there's no batteries in an inertial sander either. I have no idea what he's talking about.
No, I ain't got a clue.
Rex B said, awesome truncheon.
Thank you, Rex. You guys should know me by now. I can't turn same thing every week. I have to do something different. Strange, weird.
Yeah, it's kind of, it must be difficult to do a live every week and try and do something different. I mean, I kind of stuck for ideas.
Yeah, a bowl's a bowl, isn't it? The only thing you can really change it is the technique, the colour, the shape. But it's still a bowl at the end of the day.
Yep. I have something planned for Thursday, something a little bit different.
And I think sometimes something different
Chelsea
makes it a bit more entertaining for the viewers as well. I think if you turn a bowl every single week, people get fed up with it.
Ruby Clare has asked the question. I never mentioned Ruby's name earlier. Sorry, Ruby. Didn't catch you at the beginning. Ruby has said, has anyone heard what the restrictions are for travel into the UK. I think that depends where you're coming from, Ruby, whether you're on a red, amber, or green list, whatever your country is. I think the best place to find that out is on the
Government website.
gov.uk
Yeah.
website, and the list is published on there. Unless anybody in chat knows different.
I had a email from the NHS last night with my digital passport because I've had with my vaccinations now.
Oh, very good.
So
I never got one of those. Now I've had both.
no, Nick never got one either, and she's had her both of hers as well, which is a bit strange. Right, says the last
Katie,
one. Go on.
right, Katie, the Cornish maid, has joined us.
Hi, Katie.
She said, "So you won't be doing a full set of identical bows for me then?" Laughing. Well, he could, but he doesn't have to do them on a live, I suppose. So Dan has come in with a suggestion: a captive ring baby rattle would make a good project for a live.
Captive
Yeah.
ring. What is it with people in captive rings?
But I'm not so sure about captive rings, though. I just don't like them. I think Pete told me that. So Rob CP has suggested that Ruby needs to know about the restrictions because she needs to come and teach him how to skew for free. And he adds for free.
Oh, what? Poor old Ruby.
And Chris Dawes has suggested, don't tell him you're Canadian. Oh dear, Chris.
We're getting a bit personal now.
Oh, Chris is spinning with Dodger says, come on, Brian. Nick would have posted a link by now. My name's not Mark. I don't do links. I'm going to confuse myself.
Right, so let's get some sand and sealer on this.
Oh no.
One thing I will say about this old worktop always comes up nice.
It does. Always comes up really nice. Oh, just mute that. It does always come up nice. It's always bone dry, obviously.
Yeah. And I always never have the pre-oiled worktops when I fit a kitchen. I always oil them myself, so there's no oil or anything in them.
Does that make it easier to cut than?
Well, it's better for your sealants, because if you had an oil in it, you'd struggle getting your finishes in, wouldn't you?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But I don't like them pre-oiled because then you never know whether they've been done properly or not. I'd rather oil them myself and then I know they're done properly. Right, sand and sealer. Get the Yorkshire grit out. So I'll be sat in the living room singing now.
You got your Yorkshire grit? Oh, well.
So Yorkshire grit original. Rub it in our piece first. Everybody should know how to do this by now, surely.
Well, I don't know. Everybody's watching us. All 62 of them. They might know how to do it, but somebody who picks your video up might not know.
So rub it in. Turn the lathe down to about 400. Gently work in the grit. Don't need no major pressure. Let the grit do the work.
And because I can hear Joe singing this in the background. It goes something like, "Now hands that feel petite can be soft as your face, with light brown Yorkshire gritty." There you go.
Very well. Very nice.
I just thought I would sing it to you just to keep Joe company.
I'm just going to take a little bit just so we can get the last out of the grit to take us up to our 1000 grit finish.
So I don't think so, Rob. Rob has suggested that a wedding goblet is a good use for captive rings.
A wedding goblet.
Yeah, I suppose you could do a wedding goblet with interlocking captive rings on it, I suppose.
Or handcuffs, if it's a wedding goblet.
Or, or maybe a ball and chain would be more appropriate. I don't know. Thank you, Darren, for that comment. It says 61. There's 61 people in. There's only 21 thumbs up currently. Better press that thumbs up myself, I suppose. Before I get into trouble.
Thanks, Brian.
It's okay, mate.
Right,
dear.
so just going to polish this off now. And we're looking for the tissue to come clean, so we know we've got all the wax out of it.
And Chris Dodds is shouting at Joe, "Wake up, Joe!"
Yeah, Joe, wake up. Right.
No, she's only going to do that the once now. I would have thought she'll not do it again.
So what I'm going to do on that, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to use some friction polish on this for a change. Some Chestnut Products friction polish. Brian's dying in the corner.
Sorry, chestnut polish, friction polish.
Yeah. Chestnut's friction polish. Let's see what we can get on this.
Yeah, I'm indeed dying in the corner. I'll try not to. I just choked on a carrot. Oh dear. Are you supposed to cut the carrots, not eat them?
Right. So with friction polish, you don't want to be pushing too hard, but you're relying on the heat between the piece of tissue and your piece to give you your shine. And if you're going to put more than one layer on, you need to leave a bit of time between coats to dry properly, because if not, they'll go all tacky and streaky. But as you can see there, you can get a nice shine on it.
Yeah, on the bottle it says it should be applied with a soft cloth. We recommend safety cloth.
Yeah.
Of course they do. Because they supply safety cloth. Well, Rex B is suggesting somebody could do a sonic screwdriver from Doctor Who for a life. Could, I suppose.
So as you can see, you get a real nice finish with the friction polish.
Benjamin has just come in and said, "Joe, the best way to stay awake in Steve's lives is to count the shavings."
All right, so let's turn that over.
You're absolutely right, Douglas. The carrots are for the horses, not me.
Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sand that. Actually, no, I'm just going to skin the edge off of that, because it's got a little bit of nastiness on the edge.
Well, there's some real good ideas coming in now. Chris, the Spinning Wood Dodger, says Starship Enterprise could be turned on alive.
Starship Enterprise. Yeah, because there's a lot of tubular bits on it.
Yeah, it is, It's basically a big flat disc, well, not flat disc, but a disc, like a discus. A couple of circular or tube-shaped engines and some. Yeah, it could be. There's a whole lot of people in the chat would like Ruby Claire to come over and do some lessons.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, I'm not surprised at that. If you're ever coming to Ireland, Ruby, I have somewhere you could stay.
Be a dream come true, wouldn't it? Spend some time with Ruby in the lathe.
It would indeed.
She's an awesome turner. She's one of the best, I think, personally. Right, so let's get it sanded.
I'm always amazed how good a finish that takes.
What's that?
The worked up,
Yeah.
oak worked up, takes a really good finish.
So don't forget, Terry's back tomorrow lunchtime from TJ Turning. Now he's off a holiday. And then we have Mark, the general wood turner, tomorrow night.
We do indeed.
Two awesome turners. So pop over and give them your support. And if you haven't subscribed, then please do.
I might have a premiere tomorrow night if I can manage it.
I'm sure you will. Hello? Brian's gone and left me to it. What happened there? Brian? Brian's muted himself. Left me to it.
Fix it.
What you done? What you done?
There we go. There we go. Is that better?
Yeah, you're on a. I think you're on a webcam again, mate.
Yeah, I am again, mate. I'll just fix that.
What happened?
I pressed the wrong one, Steve. There we go. Up there.
It just went quiet. You were saying something, it just went like dunk, just dead quiet.
Yeah, press the wrong button, Steve.
Modern technology, eh? Hey, modern technology.
You know me, technology. It doesn't work really well. I'm trying to find a link, but I keep getting lots of rubbish on my screen. This is a new computer I have, guys, and every time I try to click on something, it offers me some sort of advice, and I don't know how to switch it off yet. Rob CP says Brian got beamed up. Yeah, the aliens. It was the aliens that got.
Oh, Glenn, you're coming too late. I've already done the grit.
Oh, Glenn, what are you doing? Were you asleep?
Missed it. You missed it.
I even sang. My goodness, and you missed it.
Right. So, let's get all the dust blown out of that. Turn off the extraction. So I'm going to sand and seal that because I'm going to put a spray over it. Operator error.
Of course, it was operator error, Terry. Of course, isn't it always?
So get some sand and sealer on there.
Oh, Yorkshire gets away now, Steve. He's missed the Yorkshire grit, so he's away now, he says.
Oh,
Bye-bye, he says.
That's not nice, Glenn. Thought you was a friend.
And Darren says they beamed him up and then rejected him.
Yeah, they done the probing and then returned him.
Yeah, wasn't much to find, sent him back.
So just denuded that a little bit. So let's get a bit of tissue and just wipe the dust off of that. What I want now is some masking tape, some thin masking tape, which was on this bench.
Benjamin says they beamed him up and thought, that's not Scotty. Back to earth for him.
So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put some lines across this. think that's enough. Not too much on it. So I'm going to get some Chestnut Products Ebonising Lacquer.
What kind of tape is that, Steve?
This is just the blue painter's tape, Edge Lock.
All right.
It's called.
Edge lock.
Yeah, Edge Lock, and I use it because it's a low tack. It's not a mega high tack. But like any masking tape, the longer you leave it on, obviously the more tackier it gets. So obviously peel it off as soon as you're finished using it.
Douglas Mullen was asking, how thick is the blank?
It started off 40mm. That's what it was, a piece of worktop, and it's now about 36mm. So I've not actually taken a lot of it.
Yeah, the shape makes it look a whole lot deeper.
Yeah, yeah, it's only about 37mm thick. I haven't taken a lot off of it at all. Bring the extraction in. Get rid of this so I don't get paint all over this. Alright, so just going to give it a slow it down. Couple of light coats.
Rob CP's celebrating there because he doesn't have to cook today.
Alright.
His kids want to go to McDonald's. Yay! I have roast beef to cook. Mark Stratton's in.
Hi, Mark.
Afternoon, Mark.
Hope you're well.
Karen Dolman, I don't think I mentioned Karen. Karen's in as well.
Hi, Karen.
We have 69 watching, Steve.
Oh, blimey. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming over.
And you've been going for 38 minutes. Jared has asked Rob, are they treating you for Father's Day? I'll bet they're not.
No, I bet they're not over. I must admit, my oldest one stayed at her boyfriend's last night. She did ring me this morning, do you want McDonald's breakfast? And I said no, so she came home and cooked me a bacon sandwich, bless her.
Well, there had to be one today, Steve. And the Yorkshire Get has been the first to say this.
What's that?
The lacquer will adhere much better if you spin it in reverse. Yeah, thanks for that. Ruby Claire says, Brian, I can bunk with the horses. Yeah, you can if you wish, but there's a room in my house too. You can come and stay with Michelle and I if you come to Ireland, Ruby.
They'll only have you about 4, mucking the horses out.
Yeah, I'm a pretty civilised now about mucking horses out. I don't go up there till about 8:30, 8:45 nowadays. The horses don't really care. They live out 24/7 anyway. Katie, the Cornish maid has to go.
See you later, Katie. Thanks for coming
over.
over.
See you later, Katie. Oh no. Terry's been given a bottle of wine for his Father's Day today.
Oh no.
A nice bottle of red, he says.
Actually, he's had enough of that through the week. He's been all right.
I was going to say, just probably the last thing he needs is more alcohol.
So peel this off here. Nice sharp lines, that's what we want. So I'm just going to draw it off a little bit more. Now my plan is to do the bits that are exposed in wood, gold leaf or a leaf. That's my plan.
Oh, interesting. Benjamin thinks horses are just like big dogs.
Mm.
Don't have sharp teeth though.
Still hurt, they bite you.
Oh yeah. They have a fairly powerful bite. Yep.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it on the bed. Get this out. Be careful because the black is still a bit tacky. So let's get some size. Get rid of that overhead. So some size, a brush.
Yeah, the only trouble using size on a live is you can have to leave it cure for a while, don't you?
Yeah, about 10 minutes, but I can make it go a little bit quicker with a hot air gun.
Hurry it up a wee bit.
Yeah, I don't want to hurry up too much because if it gets over, let me get all the dust off me because it felt like other. So just get a bit. So you don't squeeze the bottle when you undo it.
No, it's not good. Be all over your fingers now. Eh?
Yeah. Right, so just want to try and keep it within these lines.
Nice picture of your head, Steve.
Oh,
Got
sorry.
a better camera angle for that, maybe. Side view of tailstock end, maybe.
I don't know if you get it on tailstock, will you?
Don't know.
Well, you might do.
Yeah, can you bring that camera down a little bit? No. There you go. I'll do. Perfect.
So just bring that. Oops, bring that. Try not to run it over the black.
Yeah, Rob CP has been given a tap and die set for his Father's Day. That's a very nice present.
It is. Tap and die. Brings back the.
And Jared's fresh stunner says, "There's that hedgehog again."
I did tell Nick I needed a haircut. So if I had a haircut, you wouldn't have seen it. It's actually drying quite quickly now because it's quite warm.
Terry Barrett says, "Crack on, Steve. 18 minutes before the Grand Prix starts."
Oh, sorry, Terry.
Yeah, only if you have Sky in this country because you can't get it otherwise.
It's on BBC
So,
Two, isn't it?
the Grand Prix, no.
Is it?
Grand Prix is only on Channel 4, and you only get the highlights because Sky have paid a fortune for it.
Oh, right, okay. I didn't know.
And you can't even buy the Formula One package in the UK that gives you it live. So I can't get to watch it live nowadays. I don't have Sky.
I used to have the F1 package, but I dropped it years ago. It used to be that used to be a religion on a Sunday when the Grand Prix was on. Sit and watch it.
So the Yorkshire Grit has suggested, have you thought about using a piece of A4 paper as a handheld mask for applying the size?
Handheld.
Oh. Yeah, just kind of line it up with a line and then just paint up to it. And if you go over a wee bit, it's on the paper rather than your black paint.
Well, I'd like to think that my hand was steady enough to do it, but it's a good idea. But good idea, Glenn.
And Douglas Mum was in with a question. Steve, does Nicky know that you have one of her makeup brushes?
You wait till I get the others out.
They're actually Steve's. Don't be saying that, guys.
I bought them specifically.
Specifically?
Yeah. Because I knew, well, Nick don't really wear a lot of makeup, but I knew if I took the girls, they'd kill me.
Yep. Touch my makeup and die.
Yeah.
Peter Cochrane has just arrived in.
Hi, Peter.
And he says, "I'm standing in the corner, I'm late." You're okay. Mark's not here. I don't make people stand in the corner. You're fine.
Yeah, you're fine.
Just join in. You'll be grand. It's Sunday after all, the weekend.
Exactly.
Rules are relaxed at the weekend.
Just don't do it again.
Yeah. Be on time next week or else. The Inquisition will be around to sort you out.
All right, so that's the size on. Let's move that back
So
into
Colin from Wood Wizardry has just said it's not worth the £18 a month extra, so you can watch. So he watches the highlights on Channel 4.
£18 a month extra. Jesus. When I had it, I used to get it with my HD package.
Yeah,
On Sky, but they've changed everything now, haven't they?
yeah, it's all changed. Yeah, it's all just a money-making scam nowadays. Darren has suggested an overhead projector transparency sheet works well for a handheld mask when doing this. So that's kind of like a plastic sheet.
Yeah.
And they're quite stiff, but flexible at the same time. Oh, Peter's excuse is, for being late, he's been building a bar in his daughter's garden. Oh,
Very nice.
I hope we're all getting an invite to come round to the bar opening.
Thought it was Father's Day.
Yeah, exactly. Should she not been building you a bar? So Jared French Turner, back to Formula One again, Steve, not taking away from your live here. Jared has suggested check Google for sports streaming channel or the sports streaming channel. How hard is that to say?
Especially when you're drunk.
And you can see it live without subscribing.
Yeah.
I'm going to be checking that.
All right, so I reckon a bit of copper and some gold.
And Terry is suggesting that Mark is probably watching your performance, Brian, and taking notes, I expect. Yeah, I know. I'll probably get it when I talk to him next. So, where do you buy your gold from?
This came from Wish. I bought
Oh, right.
I bought a stack like that of all different gold, silver, and that copper one. We'll just put on there.
Right, okay.
It wasn't expensive. It was just, I don't know how much it was, to be honest. Actually, I'm going to do all the copper ones first.
So you're not treating us to 24 carat pure gold today?
No. No.
No, I don't think so, no. That's a bit expensive right now.
So I'm going to use a bit of this one. It's chucked on here.
That's a more appropriate channel for you, Colin, I think. He says, I must admit, we do have Disney Plus, though.
Yeah. Disney Plus.
There's a whole lot more entertainment than that, I think. It's fussy stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, so
Sticks to everything.
Staticky, yeah, that's the trouble.
Yep.
Well, that's not big enough now.
That's why you're supposed to use a knife and a brush to put it on.
Yeah, but I can't get on with a brush.
Eric Wiggler's asking, question, Steve, can you do the outside and the inside of a platter with a beading tool?
Don't see why not.
I don't see why not either. If you just wanted to put a bead round the rim or something, then why not?
Just try it, Eric.
You're having fun with that, Steve.
Oh, I'm living the dream. Good thing is, once it's down, it don't come back up. That's the good thing.
Indeed, it does. That's a good idea. Good idea, Jared. You could send me that link as well if you want. Yeah, Colin's suggesting that you could PM it to Colin on Facebook.
Oh, what's that for the Formula One thing?
Yeah.
Let's see if I can get a little brush on that. See if I can move over with a little brush. Get my makeup kit out. Just want a little bit.
The brushes they use for that are squirrel hair or something, aren't they?
I don't know, mate. I've not done that much, to be honest. I bought it on a bit of a whim, to be honest. Like you do.
As you do, yeah. I fancy a bit of gold leaf, yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Let's have a look, brushes. I've got a little book here that I got with I got a gift for my Christmas about from Rights of Limb, and it comes with a practical gilding guide by Peter and Anne McTaggart. So if anybody wants to have a look at that, I don't know where you would buy it now, right enough. But I'm sure I read somewhere that it was squirrel hair they use for these.
Squirrel hair, poor squirrels.
Yeah, for it's really soft. I don't know where they get the squirrel hair from, right enough, but never mind.
I'd suggest squirrels.
It could be right. It hardly come from a cow, Steve.
Oh, it's that thin as soon as you touch it, it's just tearing up.
It is, yeah.
Stick to that.
So there's all sorts of fancy things like gilder's cushions and a gilder's knife and a gilder's roller and all sorts of fancy tools that you can use for applying it. If you're using real gold, you would be taking a whole lot more care.
Yeah, you wouldn't be slapping it on like this and.
No, bits flying everywhere. It's great.
The trouble is, my hands are not sticky, but they're you just get a little bit of static on your fingers. Well, it just sticks to you.
The Yorkshire Gert has said the backing paper, Steve, could also be used there to help you apply it without creases.
All right. Didn't know that. He's a clever old boy, you know, isn't he?
Oh, yes, aye. A mind of information, absolutely. Robbo says it's badger hair. Badger hair brushes. Badgers are protected in this country. Don't know how you manage to get badger hair. Unless they go around picking the ones up that are killed on the road.
This is quite thin because you can see through it if you hold it up to the light. So hopefully just a bit of bronze on there and we'll be there.
There's some good advice coming in here. Vince Carrigan says you could cut it with scissors before taking it off the paper.
Good idea. Like I say, when I bought this from Wish, I think this whole lot, that big pack, cost me about £6. So
It certainly was cheap. Although I've actually seen people gilding with real gold, and it doesn't look much easier than that.
no, it's
Robo suggested there are some good YouTube videos on how to make gold leaf. Fascinating stuff.
how to make it.
Yeah, it's obviously rolled and rolled and rolled until you get it. Must be rolled to get it that thin, I would assume. Woodturning by Barry is off. His grandchildren have just turned up.
See you
Enjoy
later,
your afternoon with the grandkids, Barry. And we have 70 watching, Steve.
Blimey, Gova. Thank you.
And you've been going 56 minutes.
Okay.
Darna says he's done tons of real gold restoration picture frames for galleries. There you go. So Darren knows what he's talking about there. Obviously, if he's doing it for restoration purposes. Go back to the overhead camera there a minute, Steve. We get another look at it.
Can't we see it?
No, can I? Oh, there we go.
Just blow some of the. I don't see it. It's a bit shiny.
Eric Wickler's having to go as well, Steve, but he's anxious to see the final project.
Oh, thank
Bye,
you.
everyone.
See you later, mate. Thanks for coming over.
Steve will put pictures up later, I'm sure.
I will. Get rid of this. Over to the bin. If I don't end up everywhere else before I get to the bin.
Yeah, it probably will. Yeah, the little cushion thing that they have for doing gilding has a screen on 3 sides to stop the wind blowing it. I'm looking at a picture in this practical gilding book. It kind of shows me it. It's like a little 3-sided cushion.
It's all stuck in the grain of the wood.
Yeah, it shows up every little bump.
Yeah.
So if you're actually sanding this, putting this on a decent piece of wood, obviously, your sanding has to be
spot
perfect.
on,
or you will see the sanding marks.
So this.
Thanks, thank you for that, Gerard. Gerard sent me a link to that live streaming service.
So you can't really see a lot of it. See a bit. It look really dark there, don't it?
It does look very dark on that camera. Yeah, it does.
Let me see if I can lighten the camera up a little tiny bit. Let's have a look.
It looks a bit better on my picture coming through YouTube, but
just see if I can lighten that up a little tiny bit. There you go. Is that a bit better? That's a bit better, isn't it?
Yep.
So just try and blow all that off of there.
Oh, Dr. Bob's in. Steve, I must have missed him somewhere. But he's just made a comment there.
Hi, Dr. Bob. Hope you're well. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take out a little bit in the middle there. Nothing too major. Just for a bit of decorative, really. And try and get a bit of the natural back in to the top. So clean my glasses so I can see.
So the wood dude has just said, I watched gold leaf being made in Burma. 2 large leather pads beats the gold into a paper thin finish.
Blimey.
I must go and have a look at that and see how that process works.
Yeah, definitely.
Darren has said sorry, Steve.
No, you're all right. Go on.
So Darren has said the room he uses to do the restoration work has an airlock to make sure there's no breeze.
Yeah, I would imagine. Especially using proper gold. You don't want that blowing around.
No, absolutely not.
Looks quite impressive spinning around like that.
It does indeed. I think Terry's trying to suggest your mic is too high.
Yeah.
Oh no, I thought you sounded okay. And Jappy's got to go. He says, I'll catch you all later.
See you later, mate.
That's his, the Grand Prix starts at 2 o'clock, you see, so. You're losing viewers to the Grand Prix, Steve.
Oh, okay.
We still got 66 watching, Steve. All
I
right.
lost them on Friday for the football, so I might as well lose them for the Grand Prix as well.
And Darren says suggesting when you display this, it needs to be displayed spinning. So on a lazy Susan, I suppose. A little video of it.
All right, let's just get this last pass.
I'll wait till you finish that cut till I'll tell you what Ben has just said. And Robert Roberts has just said psychedelic, baby.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if that him or his mini me that said that. So Ben Jarman suggests that this is the part where one skate back would ruin the whole thing.
Yeah, definitely.
It certainly would.
That's what was going through my head when I was turning that last one out. I'm thinking, don't mess this one up. Don't mess this up. Right, so let's just get a small. I'm going to use, if I can find the handle. What have I done with that? Oh, here it be. Going to be using the small heads, the 37mm heads on this. So we don't want to be too much out the middle there.
No. Oh, there's TJ Turney. Oh. Oh, question. I meant Steve Mike must have been up because he had gone really quiet to me. Turn the sound up your TV, Gary.
Take the wax
Or
out your ears. He's got some of that cheese in his ears.
put your hearing aids back in. He's getting a bit old, you know, as our Terry.
Yeah.
Jared, don't you dare tell me anything's happening in that Grand Prix. Jared's watching both of us, or both of you, the Grand Prix and yourself. I don't need any updates. Thank you very much.
Does the actual race start at 2 o'clock or?
Yeah, starts at 2, yeah. William Kenny says, wow, looks amazing.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So I'm going to take this up to 240 grit, and then we'll Yorkshire grit the middle. Just to keep Glyn happy.
Is Glenn still here?
We'll find out in about 30 seconds.
We will, yeah. And Vince Carrigan's been very polite and he said, glad to see it's not a gold-plated funnel.
Never say never. Never say never.
Terry says he's feeling it these days as well, Brian. Yeah.
Right, so sand and seal it.
So the wood just says a quick high and by. I've got to go and set up for an open day tomorrow, as I need the cash, right?
Hope you get on well.
Joe Senior's still here.
Oh, see, the important part's still here.
Yep. Yeah. The brains of the outfit's still here.
So when you're doing your sand and sealing and when you've obviously painted, just be so careful, because I've done it so many times where I've put the sand in a squirt and hit the black and you're like, oh my God, take it all off and start again.
So Terry's asking a question, Steve. He says, would you lacquer that after, Steve, to seal the gold leaf?
Yeah, I'm going to lacquer it.
Yeah. And Joe has suggested that Glyn has left the room for a moment or two. A bit like Mike Walt leaves the room for a moment or two for the same purpose.
To calm down. Calm down, son. Calm down. Just gently rub this in. Don't want none over the black, so you got to be careful.
Joe Senior singing again.
Is she? I can hear her.
Yep. Yep.
So, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to quickly get a cloth and wipe that over.
And Amy DeAngelis has said, our Amy, a little layer of sparkly lacquer or just plain lacquer? Question mark.
I think sparkly might be too much. Yeah, I think sparkly might be a bit too much, to be honest.
William Kenny has just said he's gluing up a Celtic knot pen blank and he's just stuck it to my fingers, transfixed on this great piece. Pay attention to the super glue, William.
Yeah. That's what you get called attached to your work. Right, so I'm just going to give this one coat of lacquer and then we're going to leave it. Let it dry off.
So there's the Yorkshire Grit song is being sung in small segments on the in the chat. So Joe Senior put hands that feel pity, and then with light brown, Amy Dan she's like Yorkshire Gritty. Now they're all at it.
All I can say is I'm glad I can't hear it.
Oh, what Joe's lovely singing. Oh, that's terrible. Steve,
Oh, no. I know. No, I know what Joe's like. I know what Joe's like. That's just the rest of them. I don't know what they sound like.
Yeah, wormed your way out of that very quickly, didn't you? You obviously don't want to be on another list.
Right, so I'm using the acrylic gloss lacquer from Chestnut Products just to do this. So what I'll do is I'll let that finish. I'll let that dry. Get a couple more coats on that later today. And then I'll get some pictures up.
Excellent, Dave. Looks nice. So Joe Senior has obviously misinterpreted what you said there, Steve. She says, you've just gone up that list. Oops.
You know I love you, Joe. You know I love you. Right, so get that off.
So James Woodturning has suggested, what about gilding the whole piece and then tape and paint? Painting over the top of gold leaf.
I don't know if that'd take. I think that'd bubble up, wouldn't it?
I think it might too. Yeah. Might be hard to adhere to gold.
I think what I'd do next time is if I did it, obviously in a live you're rushing through it. But if I was doing it next time, I think I'd spray it like I did before with the tape on it, take the tape off, and then I would mask either side of where I'm going to put my gold, like my gold or my bronze, and then do it in separate sections rather than doing it all in one hit like I just did. Then obviously you get nice neat lines. You still have all your black covered. But
so Ben is suggesting, he says, question really, is the grain coming through the gold leaf?
Yes.
It looks really cool. It is, because the gold leaf takes up the form.
Yeah, you can see there where the sucked in the grain and there, whereas that's the art. If you don't put too much size, if you put your size on too thick, you'll lose that. But if you keep your size nice and thin, then you should still keep your original pattern, shouldn't you?
Yeah, sometimes on a nice smooth piece, if you put too much size on, you'll actually see the brush marks in the size.
Yeah, you do.
When you apply the gold.
Yeah, exactly. Right, so
Amy has said brilliant work, Steve. Brilliant work,
Very good, thank you very much. So just a quick live today, guys. What I'll do is I'll get some more coats on that later on throughout the day and get a picture of that later on tonight. So hope you've enjoyed something different. bit colourful, bit goldy, bit flecky. But I actually might do one as a different project, as a video, and show it in a bit more detail because I think I rushed it a little bit.
Yeah.
But
So Dan has suggested to you there, Steve, just paint it all black first, and then mask either side, and then put your gold leaf on. And then put your gold leaf on.
Could do.
Because the gold leaf would cover the black anyway. Yeah, that's maybe a plan. Yeah, that's maybe.
But would I not? If I did that, would I not get steps in the gold leaf? Because the way it is now, the gold leaf has ended up the same thickness as the paint.
Yeah, just better.
So when you lacquer it, you end up with a smooth finish, don't you? If you lacquer it and you've got steps in it, you're going to see those steps.
Yeah, you'd build up a ridge. Yeah.
But we'll see. I'll try it and we'll see. But that's the idea anyway, guys. So have a go and let's see what you can do. Let's see if anybody else can do something similar and stick. Let's share the idea, Brian.
Absolutely. Oh, thanks, Steve. There's a challenge.
But it's nice to see other people's work as well. And it's nice to see what other people can do.
Okay. So I have to try about gold leaf now.
Well, you know, you did say you got some that you've perhaps never used.
I haven't. I've used it once. I've used it once. Little bowl I did with the chainsaw mark in it.
Yeah.
A little bit. Tiny postage stamp size. So okay, I'll have a go. This Thursday then.
There you go, guys. See. Right then, guys. Thank you so much for coming over today. I really do appreciate it. I know the Grand Prix is on, so go over and watch that. Thank you to Brian for stepping in.
Sorry, mate.
No, you're all right. Massive thank you to you, Brian, for stepping in.
You're welcome. Anytime.
So I hope you've enjoyed. Just have a quick look at what I did before we go. Just a quick look. Move this out of the way. So there you go. What's the matter with you? So the camera don't really do it justice, but it'll be all right once it's done.
Yeah, it looks nice, Steve. Looks lovely.
Yeah, looks different. Something different in it.
Excellent, mate. Excellent. Good job.
Thank you, sir. Right, so we're going to go. So have a great rest of your day.
We're off.
Hey, what's he say?
We're off, he says. We're off, he says.
What's he say? Echo.
Steve said I've developed an echo, apparently. Don't know how that happened.
Just 1 second. What about now? Has it gone? Has the echo gone for Brian?
I don't know. Has it gone? Somebody may have to tell me. Was something you did, Steve, or was it me?
No, it was me. I had two NDI sources going because I brought you in.
There you go.
Brought you in on a separate unit. Anyway.
Oh yeah.
We're going to go.
That'd be my fault because I killed it.
We're going to go. So see you next week, guys. I'll perhaps see you in the week on someone's live. Don't forget you got Terry tomorrow lunchtime, and then Mark tomorrow night. So make sure you guys go over and check those out.
Yeah, we have Terry and Mark, and then I have a premiere after Mark, and then Lewis, the Klondike craftsman, has a premiere after that.
There you go.
So he's a full Monday.
So hey guys, have a great weekend. Speak to you soon. Take care, and bye for now. Bye.
Bye guys. Thanks very much for coming in.
That's all, folks.
That's good. Excellent. There we go.
There you go.
Excellent, Steve. Enjoyed that. That was good fun.
Oh, good, mate. As long as you enjoyed it, that's the main thing.
Yeah, well done, mate. Good time.
No, that's all right. A bit something different.